Hi, my name is Dennis Jin, UR14CS319, and I am here today to explain the second experiment of WebTech, which is to create a web page using HTML5. So let's get started. This is our code for the said experiment, and so we start off with the title tag, followed by the metadata. And for our body tag, we have our header. This statement over here defines our the style in which we give our header, which is NBA. And here we have an image uploaded. The image tag is followed by the source attribute is equal to logo.png. We give a size. Height is equal to 100, followed by width is equal to 100. And then the title, which is NBA. And that concludes our header tag. When we run this, we have this portion over here. This is what I just explained to you guys. So next we have the table. This table over here corresponds to this section over here, this portion over here, which is divided into four, if you can see over here, four columns. Four elements of one column. So here we have teams, scores, videos, and a search box. So it's basically a table divided into fours. So we have our table tag with the data, table data, width is equal to 25%. Like I said, we're dividing one column into four segments. So as you can see, width is equal to 25%. Style, you give the center style, followed by the anchor tag, href, and then teams, which is a hyperlink reference. Teams is teams will link to something. Likewise, we do that for the rest of the three segments, which is for teams, scores, videos, and also there's a search box. The search box, we give a distinct code over here. Input type is equal to search, placeholder is equal to search, ... This is going to be displayed in our search box. So that concludes our table portion of the web page. Moving on, we continue to this segment over here. We have a video uploaded, and that right there is this segment over here, the video segment over here. Video controls, width is equal to 400, height is equal to 200. This is basically the size of the given video, and the video is embedded into the web page using this following code. Source is equal to nba.mp4, type is equal to video /mp4, and then we close off our tag over there. Next we have an audio portion, or an audio file that is shown right here. The code for that is shown right here. Audio controls, autoplay loop is equal to loop style align center, source src is equal to alpha.mp3, type is equal to audio /mp3. So what that basically does is that when we run this piece of code over here, we this given segment alpha.mp3 automatically starts playing in a loop. Our last segment from that column would be the text file, which I should have explained first. This portion over here. Well, we just went in reverse order, but yeah, this text and the code for that would be right here. The paragraph tag, and the whole given text is written here. Moving on. Okay. We have a form. So the form starts off right here. We start off with the initial settings of the how we would like to align, and we define its properties. The width would be 35%, style is equal to center. We give our headings as contact us. This would be like the field. This would be our field over here, this field right here. So to display this portion, we have implemented this piece of code over here starting from here. So we have the following address lines followed by mail ID in anchor tag with the hyperlink reference as such, and it's immediately followed by the phone number, likewise an anchor tag and hyperlink reference is given. That's the end of that, and moving on to our form. Yeah, we have form action is equal to index.html, method is equal to get, and we have a field set with a legend, sign up, and yeah, so we are about to show this piece, this segment over here. Username and password followed by register button. Okay, so let's get to that. We have our username, and we have a text box. We need a text box for our username. So to get that, we have an input. Type is equal to text, name is equal to user, and placeholder is username. The style is equal to text align center required. This would give the text box a placeholder displaying username, and notice that required would require the user to input a username. This is followed by password, which also follows the same syntax, and that is it for our password and username. Next we have our submit button, which follows this syntax. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to register, style is equal to text align center. That is it for our form. We make sure to close off all tags. And nextly we have our iframe with which our map is displayed, as you can see right here. So to do this, we have this code over here. This code represents the other 35% of our column table. The syntax for the iframe would be iframe source is equal to https followed by the embedded the link to our iframe. This link can be found if you go to maps, and under the settings column there should be a get iframe link. Make sure to just copy and paste that from Google Maps, and that is it for our iframes. Now moving on to our next page. Okay. Okay, so this is our next segment, page 2. We have our title, which is form, followed by metadata again, and then in our body tag we have a form. Name is equal to register, method is equal to get, action is equal to a link. Furthermore, we have a bunch of headers. Under heading 3 we have submit your resume, and our code, our web page for this would be right here. So as you can see, we have submit your resume over here, and we are about to cover the next portion of this web page. Okay, so we have personal details, which is a table row in our table tag. It's also worth mentioning that it is in bold. Next we have table data, first name, and input type is equal to text, name is equal to name, required, placeholder, enter first name. That's this portion over here. Likewise, we do we input details for all four of these elements over here, and at the very end we have ourselves a progress attribute, which would display the progress we have made. Here the value is 20. This indicates that 20% of the form has been completed. Moving on, we have our next field set, known as address details, and we are to input all four of these elements here. The first one being a text box. Let's take a look at the code. Again, it's the same, it's a text area actually, so it follows a different syntax. Text area is equal to cols, which is column space, is equal to 15, so 15 spaces are allotted, and we are also told to input city, state, and here for state we are given 4 different options: Punjab, Kerala, Andhra, and Delhi. Yeah, so moving on to we are also given a progress tab for here also as well. So here we can see that our value is 40. This indicates that 40% of our work is done. In the form, 40% of our input has been given. Next we have field set, our next field set, which is contact info. Contact info can be displayed right here. Again, we have 4 inputs followed by a progress tab. Here the value would be 60. Yeah, notice how here only 20% of the given text box, the given box, is filled in green color. Likewise, 40% here and 60% here. Our next table column would be educational details. It is in a legend, and this follows a slightly different code. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns right here, and 6 rows, and we are to input all of these info over here. And let's take a look at the code here. Yeah, so one of the table rows, the first table row is contact information, followed by telephone number, which we input by the given code. Input type is equal to tel, placeholder, and likewise we do that for all 4 input fields. Again, progress field is given at the very end, and our last field set is for educational details. So here we follow a checkbox system, input checkbox type, and the syntax for that is input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to standard, value is equal to 10. Checked would give checked value, checked box 10th. Input type is equal to text, required placeholder, and all that stuff. Likewise, we do that for all 4 columns. At the end, we give our progress tab. Here we can see it's 80% complete. And moving on to our last segment, we have our upload. 1 second, we have our last segment, which is to attach resume in doc or PDF format. So we are told to browse, select a file, and so we have this code right here. So input type is equal to file, value is equal to choose file, name is equal to data file. This would enable the user to upload a file. Again, we are given a progress tab here. Moving on to our last segment. We have 2 other columns: submit your resume and reset. Here we have two buttons: submit and reset. And yeah, that's it for our web page. Thank you.